Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is Sunday night. So it is time for our live, and I have some sneak peeks to show you tonight. Hey, Debbie. Oh no, back to reality tomorrow. I'm sorry. It was a nice escape, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, couple quick reminders. Um, hey, Judy. Oh, well, thank you, and happy belated Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. How's that? I really get a head start. Hi, Verna. Oh, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of you who posted such nice comments on my socials with the $1,000,000. I want to show you, don't let me forget, I want to show you the card I received from Sarah and Shelley after hitting that milestone I guess it was just last week ago this past Friday. So anyway, a couple quick reminders, just cards for the month. Earn it free with a minimum $45 product order before shipping and tax and after any discounts. The total has to be $45. And you get the card class for free. 5 cards with envelopes. And if you are long distance, we ask $5 to help cover some of the postage costs and the mailing costs. You can also purchase the class outright for $20. There is an in-person session at my home in Dillsburg. It is the second Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. So if you're able to attend that, you can join us there. Or if you're local and you can't make the class, you can do a porch pickup. I'm missing my berries there, aren't I? Have to fix that. All right, so that's just cards. I also want to remind you, even though it'll be in the newsletter on Friday, and if you don't subscribe to my newsletter, there is a link below that you can do so in the description of the video. Hey, Melinda, good to see you. Black Friday sale, right? We've been begging and begging for years to have a Black Friday sale. We used to do a Cyber Monday sale, but we are getting a Black Friday 40% off, 40%, I think 15% on other product on like adhesives and stuff. And I think there's even a 20% discount on some products. So make sure you're checking that out. Check it out early on Friday because I have no idea what they're actually putting the discount on. I mean, I know it's stamps, I know it's adhesives, etc., but I don't know how much inventory is behind the things that they're discounting, right? So if you see something that you want to make sure you get on there and order it early. Okay. What else? Anything else? Well, we're going to show you some sneak peeks tonight. But before we do that, I want to show you the card I got from Sarah and Shelley. So there's a group that works with the people approaching the $1,000,000 in sales, and I have to say, bless, this is the legalese here. Less than 1% of the demonstrators earn the $1,000,000, etc. You've seen those posts before, I'm sure, where we have to put our disclaimer out there. Hey, Carol Dig and Carol Zeezer, good to see you guys. Hi, Betty. Thank you for sharing. But so when they see that you're getting close, they'll reach out and they'll say, "What's your favorite color? What are you really loving out of Stampin' Up products right now?" And so I had told them purple. Of course, I'm a purple girl. Most of you that follow me know that. I told them that the charming. No, I can't think of the name of it. What is it? It's charming something. That's not even on my rack. Wonder where that got to. Anyway, they used it. What the heck is that called? Charming something. But this was the card that came with the flowers that I received. So it has the belly band. Oh, it didn't get closed up. Sorry. I should have checked it before we went live here. Wait, hold on. So there was the belly band. There's the product. Look, I love this. Relief almost, right? All the different greetings on there. And then you open it up like this. She's got stamping on the sides, more of the reliefs, more of the greetings. And then it opens up like this. Charming day. There it is. There it is. Charming day. King. This was tied. I really didn't look at this. I had it at my retreat house last week and folks were looking at it, but this was tied. So we opened that up. We've got some bling on here. And then we open this up and we've got a couple more reliefs with the die cuts. These are our new fabulous letters. I used these in my camp and I absolutely love them. And then inside was the little note from Sarah and Shelley. I mean, it literally took me a couple of minutes to figure out how to open this, and then especially how to close it back up. Of course, now I want to figure out how to make one. And then this would be tied in here again. Let's see if I can do that. Apparently not. My fingers do not want to work. It is getting, I don't have arthritis. I have no pain in my hands, but my fingers are not working anymore, which is really bad when you do this kind of thing, right? All right, so we tie that up. And then I think this, nope, I think this comes in next. That item actually might have been on the inside completely. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what that looked like. And then when you flipped it over, we had the $1 million image, if you will, right? So yeah, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous card, and I'm really hoping that I have put it back together appropriately, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I have, because this is the case, right? So that looks like that's the way it should be. And then the belly band went back on. So it was very nice, beautiful card, really nice to receive, along with the beautiful floral arrangement that we got. It had orchids in it and succulents, and the moss in it. It was in a long crate, and the moss in it was purple and green. So they really carried that purple the whole way through for me. So I appreciated that. But I wanted to share that with all of you because you're part of the reason why this is in my hands. Certainly could not have done that without all of you and your support and friendship. So again, I thank you very, very much. Somebody talked to me recently and I said, yeah, I didn't expect to do this because I got in for 3 months. I was getting out at the end of 3 months. So you never know. You just never know where life will take you. For me, I am more grateful than I could possibly imagine, because not only did it cover us when I was downsized a couple different times in my career, but it led me to people that are now my family, my friends that I call family. I have an amazing group of women that surround me every day. We support each other, and I can't imagine doing this thing called life without them. And if it weren't for Stampin' Up, I wouldn't know any of them. And then all of you who I get to chat with, even if it's through a screen, right? It just warms my heart, and I love sharing with you. So thank you again. All right, so now that we've got all that behind us, we are going to look at some sneak peek products coming up in the new. Oh, thank you, Carol. It is a beautiful card, absolutely. Hey, Corinne. All right, charming day. Yep. I don't know what was wrong with my brain. All right, so this is from the online exclusives that we'll be releasing in January. My other order is coming. I did one strictly from the online exclusives because I wanted to get my copy of the catalog in my hand before I ordered from the catalog, because invariably I miss stuff. So I have another order coming, a bit bigger than what I have here tonight. And as soon as that gets here, we'll do another sneak peek video showing you things that are coming in the new January mini catalog. So, but for today, we're going to work with this. So, okay. All right. So I got a couple stamp sets here. I'm going to show you, and then a couple bundles, and then I have a suite. And depending where we are with that, we'll see where we go. So this one, now this is the new packaging. I'm sure you've seen it online. This is the new packaging. Everything comes packaged in the envelopes. They are, I'll call them oversized. They will take up a tremendous amount of less space in your area, or whether you have a studio or you just, try to work out of the kitchen corner, which I did for years. And then your stamp sets are inside. Same plastic protection. One side is the heavier acetate, if you will, and then the lighter sheet. And if you haven't seen what folks are doing, because if you notice on the inside of this, there's no image. So you're going to have to be flipping back and forth to see if everything is where it's supposed to be. Now, I'm going to cheat if I can find it. A lot of folks are taking tear and tape and adhering it in here. Okay. And then you've got it's stable and it doesn't move on you and all of that fun stuff. And the reason for that, I'm going to try just doing it because of what my storage is, because of the Cozy Craft Nest, where most of my sets will end up at some point. Um, I am not going to keep them in these envelopes. I will keep the envelopes and put things back into them when I decide to downsize or sell product. But for me, it's not going to work in the envelopes. But I will show you. Pretend this is the tear and tape. This is my temporary adhesive, which is not sticking to. Let's see if it holds for me. We're just going to put this here. Okay. And then I'm going to grab probably, some people are doing it in stays on. I don't know if I want it to be quite that. I should do it in purple, shouldn't I? No. Oh, thanks, Jeannie. Hey, Sheila. So I'm going to do it in, what is this? This is basic gray. I'm trying to hold it in place, which did not go well for me because I didn't use, because I'm not going to leave it in this. I am going to put it into a regular stamp case. And then we're going to close this up and rub. And you want to pull gently because remember, that's a brand new stamp. So it's going to be real nice and fresh and a little bit tacky for you. But then you have your images. So when you go to put things away, boom, 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 right? Or worst case scenario, you can lay it over the image, right? Like if I take off the bunny ears, they're very sticky to the sheet. Whoa. So I could do it this way too. I'm hoping both sides of this are in camera. And I could close it and rub, and then it sticks to the sheet. And remember, if you're going to do this, then you're going to put tear and tape on the back, so that's going to stay on there. So when you pull it back, it will come. And then just take a chamois, which I don't have mine here right now. I'm not sure where. I think mine's at the nest, to be honest with you. Take a chamois and clean those off so that you don't have that darker ink that you may or may not want when you go to actually stamp an image on your project. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. So that's how you'll have your images. So you know when all of your stamps are back in your case. I guess we're still going to sleeve. Maybe we should call them sleeves, not cases, right? But I think that's a pretty clever idea. I did not come up with it. I saw somebody do it. I'm like, that's brilliant. So I wanted to show you guys in case you hadn't seen it. But then you'll always know that you have all of your stamps where they belong. And I love the little face here for the bunny. So cute. Okay. So the other thing I want to mention, and hopefully I'm not in trouble when I say this, there is a St. Patty's Day set coming. Okay. So that's exciting. But if you're looking for ways to spread your dollars, your crafting dollars, right? Because I know things are tighter and tighter. This seasonal celebrations, it's just stamps, and I honestly can't remember if there were dies with the St. Patty's set. But this has St. Patty's in it, but it also has Easter and graduation and Valentine's Day and spring. So think about that. Do I really need the pot of gold, or can I get away with making a cute St. Patty's Day card just using the 4-leaf clover? Just an observation I made because I had both in my cart, and truthfully, I went back and went, I don't think I need both. So I took out the St. Patty's Day because it's very limited time frame. Now you could probably turn that pot of gold into a cauldron at Halloween, just saying. But just a thought. Okay, so that is our seasonal celebrations. Let me close the ink before I lay something or some part of my body in it, right? All right, so I think that's the only individual stamp I got this time. I'm sure I'll be shopping again. Let's look at gliding garden swing. So again, this is our photopolymer stamp set. And like I said, a lot of people are putting tear and tape on the back of that heavy acrylic and taping that in, and then just doing exactly what I did. Pull the acetate sheet off, ink it up, bring it down and rub over it, and you've got your imagery on the inside as well. Plus, then you don't really need this sheet at that point, so you have something you can use that for a window sheet in a project, or to do a technique like smacking acetate or something like that. But that is the gliding garden swing, and then the dies. The only problem I'm going to have is putting the sleeves, because they're so much bigger, into a stamp case. I did do one already. I just kind of folded the bottom edge over as much of the top edge as I could, tried to slide it in there. It's not the prettiest, but I can see my images, and I will do tapes, can't think of the word, tapes on the spines of the stamp cases so I know what the name of the set is. Because for me, that's how I see my sets. They sit on a shelf and I see them that way. But you can put them in a basket when they're in these sleeves and flip through them, and you'll be golden, and you'll take up a lot less space. Okay, so I love the tree, right? We've got the different branches, the different greenery to go on it. There's our little table and our pots, and just lots of fun, different dies that I haven't really seen before. This almost looks like a gardening table. I haven't played with it, as you can tell, because, well, I had my holiday stamp camp this weekend, so there was a lot of prep going on for that. But so that is the gliding garden swing. That's different. We had a swing a while back, but we haven't had one in a long time. So I thought that could suit a lot of different scenarios. And you'll also notice the stamp set, big bold print, gliding garden swing. The dies, Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and then the gliding garden swing dies is in a smaller font underneath. That's the bundle. And then I have one other bundle, and then I have a suite of products. So this is Peaceful Dock. And I always like the masculine sets. I always try to get the masculine sets. But I didn't notice it has feminine attributes in it as well, the sun hat and the tote. But I thought this was cute. This is the stamp set, so it pretty much is going to be exactly what we've seen. So I'm not going to pull them out. There's your imagery for that one. And then our Stampin' Cut and Emboss is the Peaceful Dock dies. We've got some lily pads in here and the flowers, and that's to go around your post. Tie your little boat up, and there are the dies. Okay. But the reason, and I know everybody's going, well, that's ridiculous. You've got that huge envelope for those little dies. Yep, I know. But it standardizes everything for you, and it makes it a much cleaner storage opportunity, right? So there you have them. And I'm putting them in the sleeve backwards because I want you to be able to see the imagery the whole time. Absolutely. Yes, I think that I would guesstimate that if I didn't have the cozy nest, the cozy craft nest, and I wasn't going to be migrating my stamps down there, I would probably love this. And I just have Rick rebuild me, because he built my storage for me. I'd have him build some new storage that this would fit in. But because I'm going to migrate him to the nest, like I said, I am going to convert him back over to the cases. But I think this is great as far as reducing the amount of space you need to store your products and your tools, right? All right, so this is the suite of products that I got. Lovely Arrangements, I think it's called. Stamps. So lots of great greetings, a couple little floral images. I like that leaf. It's a nice solid leaf, right? Just a note, happy birthday. You're so lovely. Thank you so very much. I'm like, there's got to be a thank you on here. Love you. Hello, friend. Always here for you, and sending smiles. And then the dies are fun. You've got a couple label dies there, real thin one. Hey, Connie Carson, good to see you. You like the boat set, Corinne? Yeah, I do too. Um, Somebody's texting me. I've been very lots of people lately. Okay, so the two label dies, right? Love this long rounded one. Then we've got some standalone die cut leaves. We've got images that will cut out our three stamped images. And then we've got these fun backgrounds. So let's just play here a little bit since we have some time tonight. Oh, geez. The tape is still strong in case you were wondering. Yeah, and I will migrate all this to magnetic sheets as well because, yeah, why not, right? Oh my. Maybe it's stronger or I'm getting weaker. I don't know. It's one of the two. I might not be able to get this one off. I wanted to see what it looked like when we cut it. I think it stays together. Oh, phew. That is some strong tape. I'm telling you, they should sell us that. All right, let me just grab some scrap. Let's see what we got here. Well, that looks like it was almost made to go on it, doesn't it? My bubble bath here. And I think I need a longer piece. Let's do a different color in the dots. I'm telling you guys, my fingers do not work anymore. Oh, that has tape all over it. Let's just get rid of that. Well, since I have no idea if this is going to cut out or just cut in, I'm going to bring the die cutting machine in here so you can see what we're going to do. I'm going to lay that face down. I think this one's probably just going to cut the pattern into the design or the cardstock. What do you think? Perfect, Debbie. That's a great tip. Awesome. Are you hearing one of my cats crying? It's got to be Trace because he has separation anxiety big time, especially if Rick leaves the room. Not so much me, and that's good because I'm the one that's here most of the time with him. All right. I'm trying to get all the little pieces and parts out of it. That's cute. I like that. What do you think, guys? That's fun. That's fun. But you're going to have a lot of these. So, save them up, put them in a card you're sending to somebody you're not really the fan of, and they'll have a lot of confetti to clean up when they're done. Oh my goodness. Okay, I do like that. I think that's going to be a great background. And I imagine, let's find my ruler, which was where I was typing up PDFs today. Let's see if I can read this one. The size of this is just over 2 1/4. It's like 2 5/16 and 2 7/16. So we could get two across, three across. You could do one in the top corner, one in the bottom corner, probably lining up the design. That I think would be fun too. And just create an entire background behind your focal images. Okay, let's try the other one. Oh my, can you hear him? He's very serious tonight. I'm looking for a scrap that I don't have to cut down. Any other time, I'd have a zillion pieces laying around me. Not tonight. Here, let's try this. I'm sure there's something in here I can use. Here we go. So we're going to use a piece of Secret C. I don't know. Let's try it and see. Let's try it and see what happens. I'm going to cut it out of the center in case it doesn't cut out of the paper. Am I up far enough that you guys can see? Now, here's another recommendation for you. Um, I put that on there straight on. If I was going to do a lot of these, I would tilt it so it wasn't going straight across the edge. It was actually coming in kind of at an angle. It just protects it from getting warped if you're doing a whole lot of die cutting with it. Let's move this away now. Okay, so that does cut out. And that's going to be a really fun background too. Those are cute. Those are really cute. Okay, so of course you have lots of, oh, look at that. Let's do it over here where you can see them. Those are fun. Look at those. Those are fun. You can make your own pattern with those as well. Or you can get them stuck in the tape on the die cutting class or paper. Those are going to be fun to play with too. Liquid glue will be your friend with those, right? Yeah, I like both of those cute little background pieces. Put this, I know I got to punch pink out of that, but for right now, we're just going to put it back where it belongs so I don't lose it. Okay. All right, so let me show you the rest of what's in this suite of products. I'm not going to fight with that either. Okay. My husband is across from me coughing and trying not to make noise. Sounds like he's going to explode. Like, are you all right? Okay. So here is, oh, I should not have put the machine away. I can do that real quick. Here is the new embossing folder. Obviously, it is 3D. I might have missed something because to be honest, it's a little crazy right now and I'm not catching everything. But this does not say 3D embossing folder, but I'm telling you guys, that is a 3D embossing folder. Let's grab the leftover of this and we'll run through. So I don't know if they've stopped, if we're only doing 3D at this point and they've stopped marking them as such. But if you like to mark your folders like I do, you know, whether they're on their 3D or it's on the back, it's all the extra goodies from what we just did. 3D or not, everything I've received recently has been 3D. Just say, I'm gonna run this through quick so we can see what it looks like. And I'll be right back. All right, so kind of reminds me of the corrugated folder with like a notch up, a step up. That's fun. Can you see that on the dark blue? So this would be the raised side, and this is the deboss side, and I can see use for both of those sides. That's a good masculine one, right? I don't know if it's showing up in the light or not. But that's cool. So that is the embossing folder that goes in that suite of products. We're calling it the Lovely Suite. And then we've got some gems, which I'm going to say white, cloud cover, old olive, and Secret Sea. I'm going to go with Secret Sea. It might be Night of Navy, but I'm going to go with Secret Sea. Yeah, I like that folder too. It's cool. So there we go. It looks like two sizes, a small and a large. And it looks like 25, like 25 small, 25 large. So that's fun. Those are good colors. I use most of those colors quite a bit. And did I tell you what they're called? Probably not. They are called Moody Palette Glossy Dots. Okay. Here's the designer series paper that goes with this suite. This is called Lovely Blossom, and it has crumb cake, cloud cover, old olive, petal pink, and secret sea. Aha, see, secret sea was the color on those gems. So I love this pattern. Just love that. And then just a nice textured old olive on the back. I always like our textured papers. There's some crumb cake with little white flowers on it. Whoa, that secret sea pattern just made my eyes go crazy, and it still is. Woo. This is cute. I like the cloud cover background behind the old olive flowers. I should mention too, there's 4 patterns of this, double-sided, so you're getting 3 sheets of each in the package. And then a nice petal pink pattern, subtle. And then images that you can cut apart. So this is not only great for card making, but it's great for scrapbooking because you can use these images as accents on your pages. And then a kind of matches that tone of the embossing folder or that style of the embossing folder in the cloud cover. Okay. So that is the pad of pattern. So that's the suite. Here's the cloud cover ribbon that comes with it. Does it tell me? It just says textured ribbon and 10 yards, 5/8 inch cloud cover ribbon. So that is one of my go-to colors right now. So I'm always happy when we get embellishments and ribbon and things that I'm loving. Okay, now I do have 2 other packs of paper to show you. Let me grab that. And this one is called Flash of Sparkles. Lots of colors in this. Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, Lemon Lolly, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Shaded Spruce, Timid Tiger, Gold, and Holographic. Ooh. All right. So these are bright. If bright isn't your thing, maybe small pieces, right? But these are very bright colors. That's kind of cool with that. I don't know if that's the holographic or not. I would call that gold foil, but maybe it is considered the holographic. This is a nice toned down. That reminds me of a birthday party. That'd be a great page behind birthday party pictures, wouldn't it? Nice geometrics there, and then more of that gold foil. I guess that's what they're calling holographic. Fun. I like the bubble bath because I'm a bubble bath fan too. So a nice subtle pattern. That's pretty. I like that. And that's silvery. So more than gold. Great stripe. Diagonal, no less. Oh, there's my purples. Look at that. There's some purples. I love it. With the silver, purple and silver are great together. Did I already show you this one? Maybe not. So again, some more geometric shapes. And then the pink with the silver as well. And that I can definitely see the holographics in that one. The different colors are shimmering through there. So fun pack, bright pack. If bright's not your thing, that might not be what you want. But definitely can see some opportunities not only for card making, but for scrapbooking in that. All right. And then one more, nope, 2 more. I lied. 2 more packs of paper. I always get all the paper because I'm getting ready for my paper share. I'll be doing a paper share for the release in January. So stay tuned for more information on that, but that'll be forthcoming as soon as I get through the next 2 weeks, maybe 3. It's a little nutty in our household right now. My husband is leaving. Pastel Shimmers has Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Parties. So he's actually going to go up and see Verna and his family. So that'll be awesome for everybody. Okay. So loving the colors here. You can see the shimmer. It is 2-sided. And I think it's the same color on both sides. My eye says it is. If it's lighter on one than the other, it's just by a tint, just a slight tint. Okay, so here's our Pool Party. Again, same shimmery goodness on both sides. This screams Easter, right? And then there's the lemon lolly. I mean, this is the quintessential Easter colors in my opinion. So perfect to start getting ready for Easter cards, Easter projects, all that. Fun for kid cards. Yep, absolutely, Carol Zeezer. Absolutely. All right. So let me stick this away because I'm thinking that if I accidentally run something across that, I'm going to mar that pretty shimmer surface. And that would make me sad. So we're going to stick this in here. Sure we are. There we go. Or not. Going off camera because I'm going to make it work one way or the other. But I need a little more space. I got it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, did I say that was the last pack of pattern or pack of paper? It was not. This is the last pack of paper. This paper is called Mixed Up Patterns. And we have Balmy Blue, Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath's going to be big this spring, apparently. Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Secret Sea, and Strawberry Slush. So the reason I think they call this Mixed Up Patterns is we have everything in here from textures to florals, right? So there is some Daffodil Delight and then some Balmy Blue. More Old Olive. There's another Bubble Bath. That's fun. I like the texture stuff. Old Olive. There's some pink on there, I think, but I can barely see it. And it's a very subtle pattern on there. I love this one too. This could be a wood grain for sure. There's some Strawberry Slush. More Strawberry Slush. I think there are roses in the background. And then our Secret Sea. Balmy Blue Floral. And Daffodil Delight Stripe. So, sometimes we have just wood grains and sometimes we have just textures or fabric patterns and things like that. That's why they're calling this one Mixed Up, because we have flowers, we have texture, we have linen, we have all that stuff, right? So that's going to be a good pack too, but I'm not going to fight with that one because, I already have a sleeve ready for that baby. Okay. What time are we? We are 8:39. Do you want to try to make a card? I have nothing planned, so here we go. Here we go. Before I forget, I will be live Tuesday night at 7. No, yes, I'm going to move it to 7 Tuesday night. Tuesday night at 7, I'll be live. And then I will not be live the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I'm going to take my husband should be home, and we're just going to spend some time together since he's going to be away. And then I'll be back the following Tuesday as well. So, okay. I'm hoping, as I say that out loud, I'll be in Gettysburg. We'll see if I can go live on Tuesday next, not this coming, but the following Tuesday. Okay. So let's play with the suite of products and let's find some pattern here that we want to start with. I'm just curious if these are like almost full card front sizes, because man, could you make some simple cards? That is 4. That is 4. And that is 6. So yeah, you could absolutely turn those 2 panels into card fronts and make a super simple card. Why don't we do that? Let's just do a super simple. I don't know. I like all these patterns, so I don't want to play with them all, but I'm looking at this, right? I think I might have to. Definitely not that. I like this pattern too. That would be pretty, huh? What do you think? Should we use the green with this image or should we use the Secret Sea with this image? Left or right? How about that? Left or right? You get to vote. Keeping the gems handy. I see one green from Connie. I see one right. Well, there's a second right. Oh, come on. There's 18 of you. Somebody, we need some more votes. Three rights. Three rights. All right, three rights has it. Three rights has it. Since these are super simple, we might do both. How about that? We'll see how fast Laura can work. So I am just going to do my best, which is easier when I don't have a ring light blocking my view. I raised that up so I wouldn't hit it with the papers tonight. But we're going to try this. I'm going to see how well I can do this. And I'm going to go the whole way across because, yeah, we'll probably get to do both. So there's the one we're going to work with first, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the second one out. So we have it ready if we want it. How's that sound? There we go. I'm going to lay that aside. I think I got a smidge deep on this one. Well, I'm actually going to cut some of this off. So if we're at 6, I'm going to do that much on the top, or that much on the bottom, and that same amount on the top. There we go. Okay. Oh, don't destroy that. We might use that. You never know, right? All right. So I'm going to lay that one aside. We're going to bring in this layer. Now, I don't know about you. Well, let's cut this one down to size 2 while we're cutting, huh? Let's do this one. I might take everything off the bottom just to ground the flower. I'm going to do 5 1/4. But that's going to cut the whole thing off. So we're going to do this. Get that off of there. And then we'll bring it into 5 1/4 across the top edge. Okay. We'll hang on to that in case we want it. This is 4, so that's perfect. Actually, no, we're going to cut an 8 and an 8. Because for my eyes, and you tell me if you guys think this way too, for me to just mount this onto the designer series paper, I don't know. I want to do, if I have any, I was just playing with this paper earlier. Oh, I do. I just want to do either a white border around it, just like 1/8 of an inch, just to break that pattern away from this. So we could do secret seed pattern, or let me grab some white, see which one you like. I'm not going to take the cutter away because we're going to continue to use it. Oh, right was overwhelming. I just looked back up at the screen. I'm like, yes, okay. Right it was. So there's secret C breaking up against the pattern, just that little bit, right? And then we could bring in the white, again, very small border against that. So do you want secret C border or do you want white border? That's the next vote. While you're voting, I'm going to look for my petal pink paper. I see one white. Keep thinking. I'm going to cut something here while you're thinking. Is it a sign that I'm done designing when I can't think of measurements? It's oh good. We're talking. Oh no. White, 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 white. Three secret C's. So four whites and three secret C's right now. It looks like the whites have it. Okay. Let's see if this changes your mind at all. No, that won't work. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So we're going to do white and we're just going to do a tiny border. And I think I cut this to 3 7/8. Nope, I cut it to 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to do 5 3/8. Can I tell you fractions was never my long suit in school? 3 7/8. Okay. We have that. I want to make sure I've got room. I think I'm going to trim off another little bit here at the bottom, and we're going to make this 5 1/4. Not very much has to come off, just the tiniest bit. There we go. All right, so then we have 5 1/4, 5 3/8. No, I need to take a little bit more off. I need to go to 5 1/8. Okay, and then we'll take an eighth of this off as well. Oh, the joy of designing on the fly, right? Hello, Miss Janine. The white had it. The whites had it. Okay, there we go. So now I've got a petal pink base. Okay, but I think we want to bring this pretty pattern in, right? What do you think? I'm going to cut it. We're going to cut it at 4 1/8. Just wanted to make sure there wasn't a direction on the other side I needed to be conscious of. And 5 3/8. Like I said, this is going to make for some simple cards. I'm going to get this out of the way because I think we might be done cutting. If not, we can bring it back. Here's our petal pink card base. I did score one. Oh, that's fun against that petal pink, isn't it? I like that. This is so pretty. And we've got our border around there. So we're not seeing much of that. So you know what I want to do? I want to cut things out of the center of that. I really do. Um, I just don't know what. What should I cut out of the center of that so we don't waste that whole piece of designer series paper? Something not quite right here. I'll let you numerate on that and tell me. That's 3 7/8. This should be 4. Shoot. There we go. All right, so 2 questions. One, should I cut the top down a little bit more and bring the sides in so we see more of the background paper? Because my thought is yes, because we're not seeing very much of it at all. And we'll still be able to cut something out of the center of it. So cut the paper down, cut the image down. Yes, no. Let's start with that one. And I'm not talking a lot. I'm probably talking maybe another eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch. We'd start with an eighth. Yes, yes. A punch shape that can be used behind a sentiment. Okay. All right. So we're going to trim this down a little bit so we can see more. We're going to start with an eighth from each side so we don't go wild and crazy here. It seems like so little, but it does make a difference, right? Here we go. All right, let's try that on our background, which is hiding under here. First, I got to cut the white down the same way. Well, the white I can do a full eighth. I don't have to cut from each end, right? And then this one is going to be here. All right, now let's see what we got. White was definitely the right choice behind there. Now we can see some of that pattern. What do we think? We like that better, I think, right? I like that. Okay, so where's the stamps and dies for this guy? That's the stamps. Because didn't we have a fun, yeah. Let's play with that oval. I like that. Let's see. So sending smiles will fit in there. Hello, friend. Thank you. Love you. I think these would look better on the real thin one. So pick between sending smiles, hello, friend, or thank you. Well, I die cut. Of course, then I'm not going to be able to. Hmm. Hmm. Well, we're not really going to be able to stamp on that, are we? Hmm. Well, I'm still going to cut it. You tell me what you want the greeting to be while I do this. We'll figure it out. And I'm going to cheat while you're thinking. I'm going to cut a couple of them out of there because, why not? We've got the space. Actually, I'm going to do one now. Oh my goodness. Love the story. All right, get your vote. I'm coming back. So there we have that. I also grabbed this because not that necessarily, but if I cut a white one out, it's too big. It overwhelms the flower. Okay. What did we decide? A greeting. Hello, friend. Sending smiles. Hello, friend. Sending smiles. Sending smiles. All right. I see 3 sending smiles and a hello, friend. 2 hello, friend. Okay. Now we need a tiebreaker. Somebody's got to break the tie between hello, friend, and sending smiles. I'm going to put this on here. Well, see, now I didn't have any tape or anything out. Well, somebody breaks the tie. I love this petal pink and secret C together, though. It's very sharp. I think I made the tape stronger. One, two, three. And boss, I thought about that. It's we're gonna have to go. I don't know. Hello Friends might come out better with the embossing than Sending Smiles. It's a feel like it's a little bolder. Um, yeah, font. That's the word I'm looking for is font. So pretty. The other thing I could do. Hold on 1 second. What do you think if we do something like that? That's why I didn't throw that away because you just never know. My darn ruler went on hiatus. Oh, my gosh. So if I'm going to come in here, this is where my eyes let me down. I'm going to say that's 2 1/4. Let's cut this to 2 1/4 once. We're just playing, right? We're just hanging out with each other, designing a card. Let's do 2 1/4. Dang, sorry. Okay. Now let's see. I don't know if the font's going to be too big for that strip. What ended up winning? One, two, three. One, two, three, four. Hello, friends. One, two, three. Sending smiles. Okay, so hello, friend. If we don't fit, there it is. Oh, I think it will. Want to try it? Should we try it? We can always go back in emboss in white if this doesn't work. What do you think? And we'll do it in secret C. One of the benefits of me rearranging my studio all those probably over a year ago now is that my ink pads are right beside me, so we can do this kind of stuff. I'm trying to make it stay straight so I have a half a chance of being straight on it. I'm going to have to stay low. All right, let's close this up. Bring this in. Okay, there's that. What do you think? Can you see that? I feel like somehow the camera zoomed out on me. I feel like I'm much further away from you. And I think, yep, the white dots would be small enough that we could put white dots on each end. Should we do that or should we try embossing in white just on the navy? Emboss or as stamped? I've got all these tiny little strips. What can we do with those? I always want to make a broom when I have strips like this. I have as is stamped, stamped. Emboss. All right, let me find my cleaner. And then we'll do both and then we can choose. How's that sound? White dot on the ends, yep. I do too, but we can try it. Um, we can try it and see. I think if it was a thicker font, it would work. I just don't know about this thin font. I'll tell you what we can do. Not that this would go on there, but we can try it on this. And if we like it, then I can do it on the other piece. How about we do that? Let's do that. Get my Versamark. Ooh, what did I forget? The embossing buddy. Always. I also found out at my holiday stamp camp that the clear and the white embossing powder look an awful lot alike. Just saying. How do I know that? Oh, and the interesting thing is when you emboss clear gingerbread person on pecan pie, it looks like early espresso for the outline of the gingerbread person. So live and learn, right? There are no such things as mistakes. There's just opportunities for different creativity. And I have been saying that all my career with Stampin' Up. All right, we have hit the embossing buddy. On to the punch out. And I can't see it that far away. Sorry, guys. I have this glare from the ring light because it's right at eye level from each night, so it was out of the way, and that is giving me a challenge. Well, it's down, so we're going with it. Okay. Well, this is the messiest my table's been after Alive in a while. Well, I don't know. It might work. All right, let me do something. Well, it's crooked, sadly. Let's move this out of the way. Move this out of the way before I bring the heat. Oh, I bet this isn't plugged in. Oh, my husband came through for me on that one because he brought this down for me. And he plugged it in. That's what happens when you're married to a fractor for how many years we've been married. I have no idea. A lot. I don't know, guys. That worked. That's a bold enough font. So I know the size isn't right, but imagine it on this, right? Then we would not have that extra layer of pink on there. And we still, on this, would be able to do the white dots beside it. Should we try it? Because that, I mean, that is not hard to see. We'll try it. Okay. Embossing buddy. Bring it down so I can, if I come off screen for a minute, I apologize, but I want to try to make sure this is straight. And that light is right there. There we go. Okay. So I've got the Hello Friend stamped on there in Versamark. Here's the other thing. And you notice I'm not shy about dumping the powder on there, right? I would rather see you dump the entire jar in a tray that it can be recovered than sprinkle it onto your project because what happens when you sprinkle, you don't get the coverage that you want, right? Okay, I'm burning my hand. Let me grab the tweezers. Let's clean up my space a little bit. And let's put the powder away before Lori knocks it all over the table or the floor, even better, huh? I know you've never done that, right? Nobody's ever knocked their embossing powder over. Corral everything back into my tray. Voila. Okay. Oh, that stand is half on and half off my table. All right. So now where's our card? Here's our card. Or we can center it. Centered or to the side as embossed on the blue, or we still have the option to bring this back in. So now you got 2 votes. Centered or right. Never. I love it. Centered or to the right, 1 layer or 2 layers. How's that? Give us your vote. And I still have the white dots on standby here. Right, white. Right, I like that. Right, white. Embossed. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was going to stand out at all. Embossed. Okay, so right and embossed, 1 layer. So this is what we're going with. Dimensionals or no dimensionals? See, I never let you off the hook. I'll always make you think. So flat or dimensional? Yeah, that was definitely a good call, Verna. I like it. I like it. I have dimensionals on standby. I have dots on standby. Do something with that later. Dimensionals, dimensionals. Dimensionals win. Dimensionals win. Dimensionals always win, right? And I've got nothing but pieces and parts here. But you know what? They work. Scissors. There we go. You know this trick? I was showing somebody this trick this weekend. If you're having a problem getting your paper backings off, press your fingernail down in the center and it pops the edges that you can get a hold of them and peel them off. Did you know that? I should be tucking these things away for 4th Friday tips, huh? There we go. Okay, to the right and straight would be great, Laura. And we're still going to come in white or light blue because there's light blue in the flower. Can you see that? And I guess in the veins of the leaves too. So light blue or white? I promise it's the last decision you have to make. White or light blue? Let's see it again. White or light blue? My eyes are starting to go. Maybe this will be the only one we do tonight. White, light blue, white. I don't even know, I'm probably too far away, huh? White, light blue. Blue, blue, white, white. Next one calls it. Blue. Got it. My husband has my take your pick tool because he was helping me die cut today for the Christmas card class on Saturday. Okay. I never do this. I'm not going to do it still. Oh, I missed that take. Oh, I got it. I got it. They're pretty even. Yay, nay. I feel like this one's higher. That looks good. There we go. Should we put a third blue up there? A large one? Let's see what that looks like. That corner's naked. Can't have any naked corners. I'm not going to press it down real hard because if you don't like it, we'll take it off. Or we could do a secret C up there. Or we could leave it blank. No dot, cloud cover, or secret C. And just so you have a comparison. That won't be where I push it, but or put it. Yes, third. Okay. Cloud cover or secret C? Secret C. I kind of agree with you. The cloud cover gets lost in the petal pink, I think. It looks good on this because we've got the secret C behind it. Secret C, secret C. No dot. Oh, no dot. Okay. Okay. Let's take this one off because we've got two secret C's. And then we can say, Judy says no dot. Laura's going to cut her finger. And there'll be blood on it and it'll all be over. All right, so we're going to, if we put it on there, I'm thinking about right there. No corner dot, none, none. Okay, we're taking it off. I saw three nuns. They didn't have their habits on either. No, sorry. I don't know where that came from, so we're going to stick it right there. Okay. All right. So there is our card. Very pretty. Much simpler if you were designing it on your own than you were when we're voting, right? But I really like that card. It came out really nice. And thank you, Verna, because yeah, the embossing looks great. I don't know that I would have, well, I really didn't think it was going to show. I didn't think the font was heavy enough to carry enough embossing powder for it to stand out, but it definitely did. And then I will put a layer of secret C and then the white on the inside. I don't know what happened to my secret C cardstock. You should see my table right now. It looks like a bomb went off. Well, thank you guys for helping me design the first card out of that suite. That was pretty cool. All right. Anything else you want to see a second glance at before we wrap it up? Because now I've held you till 9:15. My apologies. I really do think the camera zoomed out on me. It feels like it's much further away than it was when I started. Here's the other half of that. I'm looking for the die set to put this away before it turns up missing. Oh, there it is. I do really like those backgrounds, right? Those are cool. Those are very cool. I can see having lots of fun with those. Did you like designing together? What'd you think about that? Or were you like, no, we'd rather see you just show us what you do? It was fun. Okay, good. Teamwork, exactly. I kind of like it as long as I give you options, right? Okay. All right, cool. Well, then maybe we'll do more of that. We might actually do a lot more of that. I'm looking for simplification in my life, and some things will be changing, I'm sure, as I move forward. But we'll still stamp, right? All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Again, thank you for your part in my journey. I would not have achieved what I have just recently achieved without each and every one of you. Even if you've never bought a thing from me, you watch me and you support me in that manner. You like my videos, you like my posts, and all of that helps me continue to move forward. So thank you again. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe with your family and friends. And at this point, I'm not planning on going live on Sunday, but as I'm thinking forward, that might change. So keep your eye on my Facebook page because I didn't think about the fact that I'm going to be back down at the nest on Tuesday, and I don't know if I'll be able to go live from down there. It was weird. The first time it was so easy, and this time it would not let me do anything to be able to go live. So keep an eye on my Facebook page. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Have a blessed week, and I will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.